Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy wardrobe, and I'm also going to be sharing any tips that I have for first-time moms who maybe don't know where to start looking or how to build that pregnancy closet on a budget. So the first tip that I have for you is just try to reimagine your current pre-pregnancy closet. I know it might be discouraging if things aren't necessarily fitting you the way that they normally would once your belly starts growing a little bit, but I just encourage you to try on your favorite pieces in your current wardrobe and see maybe how you can style them or wear them a different way so that they work with your growing belly. And so I hope that this was just helpful for any of you who's kind of struggling on where to even start with all of that. I know it can definitely be overwhelming, especially if you don't have any friends or family members around you who have recently done this and been pregnant. So for example, if a shirt is a little bit on the tighter side and it still fits okay, but it just rides up on the belly and looks a little bit funny, maybe trying to wear those with some high-waisted pants, some maternity leggings, or putting a skirt up over the belly, something to make that shirt work. That way you're not having to spend as much money buying maternity clothes specifically, but you're able to just wear your current clothes that you already have and love. So the second tip that I have for you is asking friends and family if they have any maternity clothes that they've maybe been storing away. I've been fortunate enough to have a couple friends and family members here and there who I've asked, like, hey, do you have any maternity clothes that you've been storing that you either want to get rid of or you'd be willing to kind of trade back and forth with me? And it's actually worked with a couple people. I do have a friend who we've been pregnant close to the same time as each other. I was able to share my clothes with her from my first pregnancy. She picked up a few more items within her pregnancy, and now I'm getting to use them again this time around. And I plan on giving them back to her as soon as I don't need them anymore. So the third tip that I have for you guys is the hair tie hack. So if you haven't seen or heard of this before, it's when you take an elastic hair tie and you loop it through the button and you just tie it around itself, and it gives you a couple more inches of give, and because it's elastic it's a little bit stretchy, so that'll probably last you through, I'd say for most first-time moms especially who aren't showing as quickly, through your second trimester. That one saved me for a long time. So now you've kind of already tried to restyle and reimagine your current closet. You've asked friends and family to maybe let you borrow some pieces. So what now? Because you are probably eventually going to need actual maternity specific clothing. I would recommend to hold off on buying maternity specific clothes as long as possible. If you go out the second you find out you're pregnant and you get a whole bunch of cute maternity clothes, it's not going to be until maybe like the middle of your pregnancy that you'll actually start to need those clothes. And at that point, when they're most important, it might be a completely different season with completely different weather, and now none of that stuff is seasonally appropriate for you to wear, and you really just want to be as comfortable as possible while being pregnant. So wearing stuff that is appropriate to the weather is really important in doing so. And then the last tip that I have for you guys is thrifting. So I more recently have had this huge love for thrifting, and at least where I live, it can be really hard to find maternity clothes thrifted. However, you can find them out there if you look hard enough. But I have been so lucky in finding non-maternity clothing that works really well during my pregnancy. So for example, I have been really lucky with, at the beginning of my pregnancy up until the beginning of the third trimester, finding jeans that, just regular jeans, but I sized up a few sizes larger than I typically would, and got some that were a little bit more stretchy, a little bit more elastic. I found some vintage Levi's. They're high rise, they're loose leg, and I just tuck a tee into them, wear them with some sneakers, and I'm ready to go. So they're a little bit tight on me now, but they've lasted me a really long time, and I found them for like $3 at the thrift store, which is awesome. The other things that I have found at the thrift store are like linen-y type dresses and skirts. Some of them were more stretchy and would just easily go over my belly. Some of them not so much, but I found like some wrap dresses that tie right above my belly. The nice thing about thrifting non-maternity specific clothing is that you can wear them while you're not pregnant as like a more loose, relaxed look. So then as far as staple pieces that I would recommend to anybody who's just now starting their maternity wardrobe, I would say not only for myself but for just about any pregnant person I have known, maternity leggings. I like to wear leggings already when I'm not pregnant, so maternity leggings are a must for me, especially since they're about as comfortable as you're gonna get while being pregnant. So I would recommend getting like 2 pairs, maybe even more if you wear them on a daily basis, and just having them that you can rotate through. Just some nice black simple maternity leggings that can be paired with anything. It'll, 1, keep you really comfortable, 2, I find that they will just go with anything, which is awesome, and 3, you don't have to spend a ton of money on them. I would just recommend getting some that are decent quality and not see-through. Sticking on pants, I would say 1 pair of maternity jeans, and I know not everyone loves wearing jeans. I'm totally fine with jeans, and I find that maternity ones are actually pretty stretchy and comfortable, and then it kind of gives you something to switch up your look so you're not always wearing leggings. It's nice for a little bit of a nicer, more put together look with a cute little maternity shirt. And then if you're going to be pregnant during the summer like I am, I'll be 9 months in August, which is not the most fun or comfortable, I would recommend getting some maternity shorts. I didn't need these with my first pregnancy because it was cooler at the end of my pregnancy. However, this time they're definitely a must to keep me comfortable when I'm out with my son and I'm running around. I don't want to feel restricted by leggings or pants. I actually found some that go over my belly really nicely, and they have a nice little crisscross back just for some extra belly support and airflow. So as far as maternity tops, I would say just invest in a few quality basics. So for me, I didn't spend a ton of money, but I found some really nice, thick, soft t-shirt style maternity tops. I got those in really simple colors: black, white, gray, navy, and those are pretty much the only tops that I wear right now because 1, they're easy, 2, they go with everything, and 3, you can really jazz them up with accessories and stuff to make them a little bit cuter than just a simple tee. But they're just the ones that fit me the best, and they're the most comfortable. And then the last thing that I highly would suggest getting, if you don't already have some, is some kind of really supportive, comfortable shoes. So I talked about this in my pregnancy essentials video, which I'll link down below. Being pregnant in the summer, invested in some quality supportive sandals. They're from the brand Sass. They're adjustable, which is nice because my feet are growing every day, it feels like. But because they are sandals, they're really nice and breathable. They keep my feet cool, and they have a really thick sole on them to keep my body aligned. My back and my hips don't hurt as badly when I'm wearing them, and they're just super comfortable. Same goes for if you're like a working mom especially, or you're just out and about, or you like wearing sneakers versus sandals. Whatever kind of closed-toed shoe you like, just making sure that they're nice and supportive. I do know that some people will suggest getting like new bras, and I just don't think that's necessary unless you're sizing changes drastically. For me, I've been able to hold off on getting anything new both of my pregnancies and just holding off until postpartum, because at least for me, my body definitely changed a lot as far as sizing, like after my milk came in and everything, versus just me being pregnant. So something that I'm not a huge fan of outside of pregnancy is wearing dresses or skirts. I'm more of a jeans and a t-shirt kind of a person. However, this pregnancy, especially with it being in the hotter months, I really like long, nice, flowy dresses that are like a lightweight material, kind of linen-y. Everyone's so different, and your style preferences and what kinds of clothing and your comfortability. If you find pieces like that that you really like, obviously go for it. I'm just telling you what I would specifically go out and purchase and maybe invest a little bit extra in, and then finding those fun pieces that you'll maybe only wear for your baby shower or a couple special events. Going out and thrifting those pieces, especially because things like dresses and skirts, those are going to be a little bit easier to find at a thrift store versus maternity specific clothing. So I do want to show you guys some outfits that I've put together that I like to rotate through being pregnant. And some of them are maternity specific, some of them are things that I've thrifted. Maybe that'll give you some inspiration for how to restyle your pieces. Tips were helpful to you guys, and if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It definitely helps me out. I come out with videos every single Friday having to do with motherhood, beauty, organization, everything that happens in my daily life. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!